Now, Isaiah Sharp with the Idaho News 6 forecast.
Absolutely incredible forecast from yesterday. We've got a little bit calmer weather today, which is nice from the break that we saw. 59 the current temperature and a little bit of sunshine right now. So I guess what I said earlier about waiting for Idaho sunshine, I guess it's finally arrived. But we do have some more rain. I'll highlight that in a second. We got to talk about yesterday. Gusts breaking over 50 miles per hour. Caldwell saw nearly 1.5 inches of rainfall. Up to that point, we'd only seen about 0.47 inches of rain over the span of June. That put us into about the 90th percentile when it came to all-time rain falling in the month of June. What we saw yesterday shot us into the top 20. Just one day's rain, one major thunderstorm coming through, and I mentioned it earlier, folks, you sent in tons of incredible photos. Jolene Jackson, the lightning that we saw, absolutely incredible. All of the rain that came through, this from Kira Earl in Meridian. It was incredible seeing some of the photos and videos across the Treasure Valley of people kayaking and stuff like this. On top of that, all of the hail caused behind this thunderstorm that you're seeing. Now, one thing I want to highlight is notice how low that these clouds are. And that's one of the big questions that has come along with all of this. What is causing the low cloud coverage? Now, let's head back on over to this photo that I showed you earlier. So here's what is causing the low clouds is the dew point getting close to the temperatures. What happens is when the dew point and the temperature get really close to each other, it's relative humidity in the region, and it's the temperature that the air needs to get to in order for there to be total saturation. Now, when the temperature and the dew point get really close to each other, that's what causes fog, it's what causes frost, it's what causes dew on grass on top of that as well. And so we had a really high dew point because of all of the humidity that was in the air, and all of the air was saturated with all of that moisture coming on in all at once, and the temperature on top of that dropping. People forget, folks, we are in June and temperatures the highest that they've reached up to this point today were into the 60s. We are not seeing any showers over the top of us right now. We're seeing a couple of thunderstorms moving on over into the Pocatello region, something to watch out for, but we do have a couple more showers set to move on in. Like I mentioned, temperatures only breaking into the 60s today. Denver was 96 degrees. This is normal summer-like conditions. The Pacific Northwest is going through a very impressive cold front, and like I mentioned, some more showers are on the way. So let's take a look at them. Snow into the mountains tomorrow. This forecast continues to get weirder and weirder as we continue on. Heading into Sunday afternoon, we are expecting some more showers to roll in. I'm not expecting too much thunderstorm activity along with that. So what we saw yesterday, not going to be happening tomorrow, which is some great news. Going into Monday, clearer conditions are on the way, but you take a look at this and you're like, uh-oh, we got another round of rain moving on in. Cloud coverage certainly, but this rain set to dissipate just before it gets over to the top of the Boise region. Clear skies for Twin Falls as well, and hopefully clear conditions across the board. Here's that system that is causing that snow up into the mountain ranges. Absolutely incredible to see that much snow rolling on in. Those Sunday afternoon showers are expected, and then after that, clearer skies are on the way. We're going to see a nice warm up in temperatures on top of that too, going from 60s quickly into 70s and off into the 80s as we head towards July. Here are those 60s going into tomorrow, 70s rising into the 80s by Thursday for the Magic Valley, and fingers crossed Independence Day keeps up with what we're seeing with sunshine and 80-degree skies expected for us. Same for the Treasure Valley. 60s go to 70s, turning into 80s by the middle of the week, and Independence Day is 1 week away, folks. The 250th is hopefully going to be beautiful for all Idahoans.